Foul Mouth Football.
Yeah, I made it, dude. Oh my goodness.
What's up, brother?
I don't know, man. This is Palermo from Foul Mouth Football. I made it. I'm here with my boy Coop. I'm having some technical difficulties yet again with the old computer, but hey, what are you gonna do, man? We're here.
You always have technical difficulties.
Watching too much of the pornography, probably.
That I wouldn't doubt.
Hey, no doubt here, kid. Here we go. All right. So what are we going to do today, Coop? What do we got on the docket for today's video?
We got a little surprise. Who's the surprise through week 4?
Yeah.
What's the team?
Absolutely.
Are they good? Are they bad?
Boom. Biggest surprise through week 4. Okay. Heading into week 5. We're going to talk. Coop's going to talk about his team that he finds to be the most surprising going through, obviously week 4 at this point based off of record, what the team looks like as a dynamic, as a whole. And then I'm going to give my take on who I think is the biggest surprise through week 4 and the hopes that everybody else had for these teams going into the season. So, Coop, I'll let you start off first, man. Who's your biggest surprise through week 4 at this point?
I'm going to go with the Raiders. We're going to go with the Raiders.
Absolutely.
Biggest surprise, disappointment, really. Just a lot of hype with the trade this offseason and, kind of everything going on with them. And honestly, they were really close to being 0-4.
Yeah, they were.
Really close to being 0-4. So I don't think anybody's surprised that, that actually, I would say I don't think anybody's surprised that Derek Carr is playing the way he is, because Derek Carr gets Devonte Adams and he thinks he's got to throw the ball to Devonte Adams.
100%.
He thinks he's got nobody else out on the field because they're buddies. I think we talked about this actually. They're buddies from college, so he's like, I got to give him the ball. And honestly, and it's affecting his play everywhere else.
100%, man.
I don't know. Just the team right now is not firing on all cylinders.
100% agree, dude. I really don't, I've never really thought that, Derek Carr was really the answer, to be honest with you. I never thought he was really all that great of a quarterback. I thought he was like a lesser value Matthew Stafford, but hey, who am I to judge? He does have those games where he'll throw up like 400 yards and like 4 touchdowns, and like they'll look great on offense. And then the next game he'll go, freaking 15 for 47 and have a quarterback rating of like 49 with like three interceptions. You know what I mean? It's like
he's up and down.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right, dude. Just because they were buddies in, college and they know each other so well and they had a good connection there doesn't mean that's going to translate to the NFL. Does Devonte Adams get a lot of targets? Absolutely. Does Derek Carr forget he has other wide receivers at times? Abso-freaking-lutely. When you have a big-time personality like that who knows he is the best wide receiver, let's face it, Devonte Adams is definitely, I think, for me, Devonte Adams is the best wide receiver in all football right now.
I agree.
He really is. Hands down. Body, mechanics, hands, speed, route running, the way he just gets himself open, it's incredible. But watching them play, man, it's tough. It really is. It's tough because they think they should be running up the scoreboard, and yet they're not even moving the ball.
Not moving the ball.
It's crazy, And Josh Jacobs, bless him, he just finally had his first, over 100-yard game in a long time. Let's give him a quick little golf clap here. He did something. Jeez, man. Yeah. He was going in like the 4th round of some fantasy drafts, dude, whereas like years past, he was going in like late second.
I know.
He just had no value, and it's crazy. But I will tell you, they got their first win under their belt. They're 1-3, That is a very difficult division, or so it seems to be on paper, right? They need to continue to build around that, right? What worked, what didn't work. They bent, but they didn't break. They figured out a way to win. So what's next for them? You know what I mean? Is Hunter Renfrow coming back, and is he going to be playing, in the slot second fiddle to Devonte Adams getting 15 targets again? Is Matt Collins going to be on the field getting, 160 yards one game, but they're still losing by, 2 touchdowns? What's going on?
Yeah.
They have no identity. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
So I don't know. Their defense is not bad either. I like Jonathan.
No, they're not bad.
Too, but
they actually played well.
Right.
But Russell Wilson hasn't played that well either. But I just think for McDaniels, this is It's
Yeah,
the second
hot seat.
go. What do we got? I already I feel like he's in the hot seat already.
Absolutely. He's going back to New England soon. Absolutely.
He just second go, should be 0-4. Not a great start, but we'll see how they finish.
Right.
Who's your biggest surprise?
I got to be honest, aside from my Detroit Lions being 1-3 right now, I'm going to go with, they expected them to be, not so good. So I'm going to go with someone like the Indianapolis Colts, right?
Oh yeah.
The offseason, they picked up Matt Ryan. They thought he had a lot of juice left in his tank.
Juice.
They got rid of Carson Wentz, who was a younger version of him, I think, to be honest with you, and a little bit more mobile. But Matt Ryan does not bring any value to your team. They also have Nick Foles. They got Sam Etlinger. Give the young guy a chance. You know what I mean? I just don't see them really doing much at this point. And that's a shit division too. They were the hot ones to going into the season. Everybody thought that they were going to be the ones who won that division. Right now, that division's wide open at this point. I think Tennessee is going to run away with it at some point, but it is what it is. Jonathan Taylor just went down. He's not playing this week. He's already been, ruled out. He's got an ankle issue, so Naheem Hines has to come in.
Right. Taylor's really their identity. Without Taylor, you can
100%.
Matt Ryan.
You got Michael Pittman Jr. He's a good receiver.
He's pretty good. Yeah.
He's a good receiver, but let's face it, who's throwing them the ball? They got Paris Campbell that they took in the first round a few years ago.
Yep.
He's done absolutely nothing at Ohio State. He's done absolutely nothing. They got Alec Pierce. He's a third wide receiver 3. Nobody knows him from the guy in the stands. They got absolutely great. I'm recording right now, buddy.
Ricky.
Well, hey guys, this is my son, Ricky.
What's he think about the Colts?
What do you think about the Indianapolis Colts? You don't know?
That's exactly what we all think.
You're not sure. A little shoulder shrug.
We don't know either.
Yeah, I know. I love Huggy Wuggy. Can you go downstairs with mommy for just like 5 more minutes and I'll be done? Okay, thank you, buddy.
See you, Ricky.
Yeah, see you later, Ricky. Thanks for stopping by Foul Mouth Football today.
Just as he said, though, you don't know about the Colts. Nobody.
Shoulder shrug. Absolutely.
Nobody knows about the Colts.
They don't look good on offense. They don't look good on defense. Is Shaquille Barrett back yet? I know he was on the sidelines last week. Is he playing?
Isn't he injured again?
I thought I saw him on the sideline last week, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think he might be out again. That's a big hit for them.
Yeah, dude, what's going on over there? No one knows, really. I just, it's tough when you see a team that had such high aspirations, such high hopes. I like Frank Reich, too. I always liked him. I always liked the way he presented himself. He was always a good coach to me. And he works with, quarterbacks. He works with the court. This is his 4th quarterback now in the last 4 years, realistically. He had Andrew Luck, poor guy. He retired a little bit earlier than everybody would have thought. He then got who? He got, what's the guy's name from the freaking Charger? Phillip Rivers.
Oh, right? Yeah, he had Rivers. That was the best year. Yeah.
I know. He had Rivers right after that. And then last year he had Carson Wentz. And then I think he had Rivers for 2 years, didn't he?
I think you're right. In the second year, he made the playoffs with them.
Yeah. He had Rivers 2 years, and then he went with Wentz last year, which was a dud. And now he's got Matt Ryan again, which is a dud. And you got to think that the general manager at some point is going to step up and say, hey, let's just commit to maybe drafting a quarterback.
Right.
And maybe developing them behind a seasoned veteran like. They should have done that when they had Rivers, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree.
They should have stepped up and said, hey, instead of taking offensive linemen and a running back, which are a dime a dozen nowadays in the NFL, to be quite honest with you, right? You can have the best, most elite running back coming out of college, like Ezekiel Elliott. What do you get? Drafted like 5th overall to the Cowboys? He's had a couple of good years, but he's been trash for the last 3 years now. You know what I mean? And it's just running backs are a dime a dozen. You look at somebody like Isaiah Pacheco, who came out of Rutgers, 7th round. The Kansas City Chiefs are proving that right now. Draft the quarterback, draft an elite talent quarterback, and then build around him. Right?
Agreed.
You don't have the answer in Matt Ryan. Your backup is Nick Foles. Where are you going with those?
And is their O-line playing that well? For how many players they're not even playing that well. I don't see the holes like there was last year for Taylor.
No,
he's not getting the yards like he did.
Quentin Nelson's probably the only stud on that offensive line right now.
Yeah, I like Ryan Kelly too, but he's not been playing that well.
Yeah. Moelle Cox is.
I like Moelle Cox.
He's not bad. He's got flashes here and there.
He showed out last game.
Yeah, he does his thing. It's your tight end one, isn't it? No,
it's Everett. I have Coxie.
You do got Cox on the team, though. You're a Coxman, really, if you think about it.
I really am.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Just going into this season, everybody had more hopes for the Indianapolis Colts than a 1-2-1 start, right?
For sure.
So
for sure.
That's definitely my biggest surprise through week 4 at this point. You got the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm right there with you too. I mean, there's really no surprise on the other side of things right now. Do you think like who's really your surprise team going into week 4 or week 5, excuse me, that you're surprised? I would say actually the Giants at 3-1.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
I would say the Giants,
Yeah, maybe them. I mean, if the Jags pulled out that win last week, it was 100% going to be the Jags. But
for sure,
they're still
a surprise. Yeah,
sure.
Still, I like seeing that though.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it was a tough game. It was a really bad game. I mean, it wasn't anything really exciting to watch. So, they still got I think they got that ship in the right direction at the very.
They got a good coach now.
Yeah. Giants too, man. I like to see teams coming back again. You know what I mean? I don't like again.
It's the same teams for.
I say it every
years.
single video. I hate watching the same teams and the same players. It gets boring, man. It's nice to see different colored jerseys out there and winning games.
I know.
So
I agree with you.
Yeah, those are our biggest surprise teams through week 4. Heading into week 5, who's your guys' biggest surprise at this point? What do you like? What don't you like? Who's on the up? Who's ship sailing in the right direction? Who's hitting a brick wall at this point?
Ship sailing, man.
Absolutely, ship is sailing, brother. We want to know. Hit the comment section below. Let us know what you guys think. Again, we are Foul Mouth Football. It is your boy Palermo, and that is my boy the Coop, man. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.